Highguard, a game being developed by a new gaming studio that goes by the name of Wildlife Entertainment, is releasing on the 26th of January. Which, if you didn't realise, that's just a few weeks away, and that's what makes this so bad, is if you haven't heard of it, you'd have to be forgiven. And if you have, you're probably one of the people saying that the game's going to flop harder than what Concord did. So Highguard is a PvP hero shooter, kind of. They state the game as a PvP raid shooter. Bit funny for a game that literally looks like it has characters with abilities ripped right out of Overwatch, but I digress. To me, the game looks like it's Overwatch, but with kind of a Destiny-style raid, but as a hero shooter. Oh, and with horses apparently. You'd have to be forgiven for not knowing about this game, but it was shown at the Game Awards on the 12th of December, and I think that the way it was shown there may also be the reason that the game sees an early grave. After a multi-hour stream of the Game Awards, with banger after banger, people were excited to see what was the big reveal at the end going to be this year. This is normally reserved for the biggest names and IPs in the industry. We had Naughty Dog showing off brand new IP in Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet as the perfect example of this last year, and Naughty Dog seems to never make games anymore, so that's one hell of a luxury to be having at the end of your game show. So why is then, after one of the biggest Game Awards in recent memory, that the last thing, that one last before you leave moment show off was Highguard? They built it up first saying, from the developers of Titanfall and Apex Legends. That would have instantly gotten people excited, like, oh, we might be seeing Titanfall 3 or similar here. Just for them to show an almost 3-minute trailer of a hero-based shooter slop game that everyone was over years ago. You have to pay a pretty penny to get your game shown at the Game Awards these days, and I couldn't even imagine the price you'd have to pay to get your game to be that last game that everyone's been waiting for at the end. Well, that might end up being the game's demise. Since the trailer dropped, this game has been nothing but everyone's punching bag online. And since the night of the Game Awards, we haven't seen a single peep about the game online. If you go to Highguard's Twitter page right now, they still haven't said anything about the game since the trailer was dropped. Not showing any confidence for a game that's supposed to drop in 2 weeks' time. I get the devs are on holidays presumably, but it really is embarrassing to leave your game out there to die before it even releases. I know people are speculating online that the game won't even release now because of all the backlash online, but that wouldn't make sense. The devs have still put their all into this game, and I'm sure have spent millions upon millions of dollars on the game, so it wouldn't even make sense for them to cancel it now. The game's going to be free to play as well, so they may as well put it out and see what happens. For all we know, people might try it out and it ends up being great, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. My bet would be on whether or not it outlives Concord's record low 1 month for being alive. If they had just released a trailer towards the start of the game ceremony, I don't think any of this would have happened, and the game might have even managed to find success in some form. The way it was shown off talking about the creators of Apex and Titanfall, you had already set the bar to the tippy top, just for them to be standing at the bottom when it's all going to come crashing down. I don't know, I just think it was some crazy incompetence from which I assume was the CEOs that wanted this to be the big reveal at the Game Awards. I don't know what made these guys think that this would work. People who put their games out at the end of the Game Awards, they're already at their peak in their career. And I'm talking about the biggest companies, and I said earlier that Naughty Dog was a good example of that. These guys are not at their peak. No one even knows who they are, so they should have been releasing small, working up a fan base, and then coming out with another game later on, and then possibly putting out the end of the Game Awards. It also seems a little bit tone deaf to be putting out a game that looks like every other hero-based shooter. No one wants these games anymore, and I don't understand how these developers don't understand that. Why not try and create something fresh and new that nobody's seen before instead of copying the blueprint of all these other games that have come out recently? It's just craziness to me. We all know why companies do it, they're all chasing that live service money, but on the other end of that, live service is a lot of people's downfall as well. And this company can't afford a downfall. If this game flops, you can almost guarantee that this company will be shut down. I'm not sure they can do anything to save this game anyway. I think they've doomed it straight away with the way that they tried to hype it up. Don't get me wrong, I hope the game's good and I'll definitely try it out and give you guys my review, but I wouldn't be putting my house on the game surviving for probably more than a year. I guess we'll have to wait and see, and if these guys truly are Apex and Titanfall devs, and if they are a big reason for those games' existence, then who knows, maybe this could end up being a good game. So now I want you guys to tell me in the comments below, do you think Highguard will flop, or do you think it could find a player base? Let me know in the comments below, and like the video and subscribe if you're new around here. I'll talk to you guys next time.